going on, man? This 100P, man. I'm here with my boys. You know what I'm saying? West side of the 110. It's been a while, but we back. Sitting here on the stage. I got my boy, Mr. Brandon Black.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on with you?
I'm chilling, man.
Also, that's what's up, man. My boy always chilling, man. I like the hat. I got to get one of those. My boy, Tars, aka Mr. Rush Stringfellow. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
All right.
Brother Russ, man. Hey, Russ Stringfellow got a show coming soon, man. So y'all tune in to Russ Stringfellow. We got my boy Rose down there chilling too, man. Rose down there, he say, he get a ladies a rose. You know what I'm saying? How your night going?
Hey man, everything is everything, man. Copacetic, you smell what you feeling, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. Crazy episode HP, man. West side of the 110, first episode, man. Tonight, man. I'm honored, happy to be here, and proud of you, sir. And my nigga gotta let me borrow that Garth Brooks hats up there, man. Brandon Black.
Hey, I'm switching the style up, man. I just came back from Dallas today and bought it out there in Texas, man. I'm like, I gotta give me a couple of these.
Hey, what you say? Thunder rolls and lightning.
Man, I'm trying to buy me a horse,
That's what's
man.
up,
Shout out
man.
to the Cowboy.
Hell yeah, man. Ain't nothing wrong
Uh-oh.
with it.
Gotta watch out with them horses, man. You bring that horse back to the city, you got a lot of lonely ladies that might try to, take that horse from you.
No, man, he's a sick motherfucker.
Hey, man, right? I ain't even gonna touch
He's
it.
a sick dude. One of them sick
Oh
dudes.
man. Hey, but
So like, it is a lot of
hey,
cowboys.
but real talk, man. We
Go ahead.
no Cowboys doing that though.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
No, there ain't no Cowboys doing that though. But real talk, hey, I got a question for all y'all, man. Like something I was thinking about earlier. It's been talks. I wonder if like this something Trump gonna implement, sign a executive order on. Like one country like Belgium, they've been a European country that's implemented like a 4-day work week. You think that'll work here in America? Should we implement that shit here? You know what I'm saying? Like that'll help the work-life balance.
I mean, I would say, yeah, I would like, for one, but I don't think that it would actually work. And I don't think the government would do it. I mean, I don't really think it would be in their
Why not?
best interest. It's not in their best interest. What is in it for them?
Yeah, I got to agree with him.
I mean,
I think the concept of it is great, and it's been studies out there that showed it makes people more productive, even with shorter work days. But the fact that this is a capitalistic society, I don't think they'll implement it because they really want to
Exactly.
get as much out of you as possible for a least amount of pay. You know what I mean? That's beneficial to the employee, not the employer. So I don't think they would ever approve that at all.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, in the end, I mean, what you think about that, Rose? You think like, I mean, the Belgians been doing it for the longest, and it's been working. I mean, nothing's changed. It's just that, I mean, instead of working 5 days, you cut it to 4 days, 10 hours a day, so you're still working the same amount of hours.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I look at it both ways. Like you got 3 extra days to, have leisure time to yourself. Really on, as of now, say if you work 5 days a week, really on them 2 days, you really only getting 1 day to rest because the other day you probably gonna be out running errands or whatever it is that you got to handle. Even if it's just go out, have dinner, to the movies, whatever. Some leisure time. And then one of them days you like, all right, I got to turn it in early, which is probably gonna be Sunday or the second half of your off day. So 3 days wouldn't be bad. You know what I mean? Because you get a day to rest, and now you got 2 days to do what it is you want. I've worked a schedule like that before, so it wasn't bad. I like that schedule, but they took it away. So if it's implemented here, I wouldn't mind.
I mean, we need it. Some people need it, especially for the overtime-aholics. Everybody work with somebody that's always doing OT. Like they got to do OT. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes need a day off because some people don't realize the biggest stress in your life is your job, where you spend your most time at. They don't even realize that. So I think an extra day away from it will put a little more balance in your life.
No, that's facts.
Right.
It's just capitalism won't permit that. And I read it somewhere. I can't remember exactly why the 5-day work week was created, but it was created for a reason to really get as much out of the employee as possible, if I'm not mistaken. I can't look it up right now, but I had read that because I'm like, where did this come from? Why? Who created having just 2 days off? And like Rose said,
Henry Ford.
I'm okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. And didn't Henry Ford create the production line as well?
The assembly line, yeah.
Yeah.
The mass production
Yeah.
of the Model T.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that makes perfect sense now. You know, I mean, shit.
Exactly.
Efficiency. He
Yeah.
perfected the art of efficiency as far as it pertaining to the work. How to maximize your production.
Yeah. Every other country, for the most part, when you read things like that, they put in their citizens first, and America really doesn't do that, you know. And we can see that with dyes and cereals. Other countries they use natural fruit juices for their Fruit Loops, but we still continue to use dyes and we feed it to our kids, and it's known to cause cancer. It's not putting your citizens first. So if it don't
At
benefit
all.
the yeah, they don't really care, and that's sad. I definitely don't think
And
this
you
administration would approve for a 4-day work week.
know, and you know, while we on that subject where they say the government may not care about its people, you know what? Something I was speaking about with Rose a little earlier. Like a lot of people look at what Elon Musk doing with that Doge company, looking at all the money that's being used or was used in the last legislation. Like a lot of people are mad that he has access to these things. Should we be mad at that, or even more mad at the fact that they uncovering the carelessness spending of what the Democrats was doing with the money when they was in the office?
I mean, I think you should definitely be mad that a private citizen has access to all these things that they wouldn't allow me or you to have access to. He's a private citizen. He's not a elected official. So how is he able to just around the White House and these other entities and government and do what he want? I mean, I know why he's able to, because he essentially paid for that man to be in office. It's like that. It's definitely not right. And then he's not even a citizen. So why does he have access to our information like that?
Exactly. Someone we need to pay attention to that.
Well,
There's some type of connection going on between him and Trump.
hold on. Look. Watch this. Don't you already got access to all our information that we on this social media platform?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I mean, shit. When I don't know about y'all, but when I had to set up a Facebook, I had to put my birthday, your phone number, your email, nigga, and don't let you get paid off the motherfucking app. Now you got to put your bank account information, everything. They already got access to it. So
Yeah.
like, it's what better way for a sitting president to be connected to that kind of data? Real talk.
I mean, why are they connected? That's my question, but that may not be the place.
I mean, you got to look at it like this. I mean, from the outside looking in, it looked like Trump want to be a side of the richest man in the world with most of the technology under his belt. He'd rather have that before somebody else. That's how I look at it. But again, I agree with y'all. He shouldn't have access to these things if he's not a government official, employee, or something like that.
Right.
They created a department for him. Come on. I mean, that is.
I'm talking about Musk.
Yes,
He's
they're
okay,
creating a
okay.
new
He's
government
a
department for him, and he goes into other departments and slashes their budgets,
this gonna
or
sound
dismantles
crazy.
the whole department itself. Come on, now that is crazy. Do you know how much
Y'all gonna think
power
this
that is?
sound crazy, but he might be a liaison to Trump. So at that point, he would be an employee.
Uh,
I'm just saying. Hey, I get it. I get
yeah,
it. But at the ends of the ends, that's a reality.
I think Trump is a liaison to him.
For real, that's more like it.
Yeah.
I'm not going there with y'all. I'm not going there with y'all. I gave y'all my two. I gave y'all my.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
No. That
Big
could be
money,
true.
yo,
That could
what
be
up?
true.
What up? Big LA, what up?
Well, Handy man, well, hey,
yeah. You front the money for somebody's business. Essentially, they answering to you. You put up all the seed money. You want to your investment.
This goes back to voting. People don't vote no more. You know, if people really would vote, they can keep stuff like this from happening. But people say it
I
never
got
worked.
this
These are the
serious.
people that say they don't vote.
It's because they don't see any results. So if they're not seeing any results to it, then there's no point to them.
Yeah, and I
And,
think
and,
it's easier
and that's
for
the
people
thing.
to sit and just
Like,
complain than take action.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But I mean, that's the thing. A lot of us, a lot of people, when I say us, I'm not talking about just black people, a lot of people in general, from that aspect where they don't see results or they don't do it. Or they won't try something because they've seen that a lot of people haven't had good results behind it. That's what hinder a lot of people. I think sometime in some aspects we got to get out of that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't see the air, but you can breathe. So I mean, hey,
that's real. And
That's
when it comes to like certain things like the local election too, a lot of people don't really want to sit down and take the time to research the different laws and bills that's being put into play and conscious decision. So
You mean like government officials?
government officials, local laws for your state, when like we put an emphasis on the presidency, but the ballot that really affects your state, like the local governments and laws that's put into play, I think those be a little more important than who's taking office in the
fact.
president. And a lot
Yeah.
of us really don't care about that election. And then we be bound by these laws that go into play. And it's like, well, we didn't do no research. We didn't go vote on them. We didn't really care about it. It's usually just the presidency that people put an emphasis on. And it's like your local laws and legislation are really the most important because a lot of times that federal reach don't even come into your state. Your state creates its own laws and stuff. So I think that's the most important aspect of voting that we should really take serious, and we don't.
you know what's crazy is because I just realized exactly what you're saying. Like in states, they say effective January 1st, this, and that, and the other has became a law, and it be on the state level from what the
Right,
voters have voted on the state
right,
level.
exactly. And each state has its own state constitution and stuff. So, like, voting for the president is cool, but really focusing on your state and what your state got popping is highly important. That's how, like, the three strikes law when it came into play. A lot of people didn't agree with that. How many people voted against that? How many people actually voted? Those type of laws that come into play. And if you don't vote on the state level, you can't really complain too much about what laws they enact on us January 1st.
That's real. Hey, it's something that we was talking about earlier too, which I think is crazy. Another plane went down today.
Yeah, I saw
Toronto,
Right.
Toronto
Toronto, Canada, right?
or not Toronto. Is it Toronto?
Yeah, they said Toronto.
Oh,
It was a U.S. Delta flight, but it went down in Toronto.
That
yeah.
sounds like an inside job.
Yo, I just did some research, bro. It says since January 29th, there have been 89 victims who have died in U.S. aviation incidents on 12 different incidents since January 29th. Now, before that point, the last U.S. aviation incident was September 11th. How do we have 12 within the last, I don't know, we barely in February. That's something. That's something, bro. I don't know what it is, but something going on.
Yeah, that's a good question. And the flight
It
that
make you think. It make you think. It make you think. It's some people out there doing it purposely.
What are
Some
they
people,
they
yeah,
prepare,
what are they doing?
what are they preparing for? You know what I'm saying? Like it's past the tense because these are past tense incidents. What are they preparing for? Are they saying like there will be another incident like we had before, where it looks like it's, you know what I mean? Like even the military got accident. You know, military they out, bro. They ain't too much missing, too many coordinates, bro. When to find a helicopter, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just make you think about something. I don't
Yeah.
think, man.
I don't think, how can it be just coincidental? This is like the first year in which we had so many aviation accidents, like back to back to back. Many, in the past years went by, and you rarely even heard about something like this. And all of a sudden now, nobody can fly. Shit just not safe. Come on, I mean, it's questionable.
Well, hey, Tars. Again, that go to what I said. Are some people doing this stuff purposely? Like they say, maybe some of these accidents are coming from cutting budgets where they're short on like ATC, crew, like people in the tower. They don't have enough people guiding flights. You hear about that all the time, even though you haven't heard about the accident. But prior to this, how many close calls we heard in the last 6 months prior to the first accident we heard recently? We heard about
I
3 or
mean, that's
4
a
close calls,
plausible.
like where this plane almost hit this plane. So I mean, who knows? It's a fucked up world. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what people thinking. It's a fucked up world.
I mean, that's plausible. Shit. I mean, that's something that could be an excuse. But how will we really ever know?
Yeah,
Would
yeah,
the
yeah.
world
We
never know?
we really won't know. Hey, this
Because
a
the
this a
news,
question I
the
got for you
news
though,
not gonna
Brandon.
tell you what
You
really
being in
going on.
California, well, they
I mean,
ain't, but people
that,
still gonna believe it.
No,
exactly. The
no,
news is gonna put out whatever narrative they want, or the people in power, whatever narratives they want out there. So they can do that.
Not
you know what people will
not
believe.
even that. It's just like you say.
You know what people will believe. You can guarantee it's like 100,000 motherfuckers somewhere in Las Vegas or anywhere in America believe it's 40 bras on the blade right now selling them for $40. I guarantee.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's
$40.
That's a
Right now,
lie.
right now.
These terrorists has got that shit up. You ain't gonna find it
Yeah,
for 40.
look,
These
it's a new
terrorists
day.
ain't
It's a
putting those
new
shit.
day. But maybe.
They're not selling it for 40 on the blade. They didn't up it to what?
Nah,
Bro, they selling it for 40 on the blade, bro. Yes.
nah, hey,
They
you
said
go
they're not selling
try to get
it.
touched up for 40 if you want to. Hey, what do you say? Go on Fig, Van Buren, this and that. Say I got 40 for a little, you know what? They gonna say 40 can't even have a conversation with me.
They putting
Boy, you silly.
are they
Boy,
saying
you
they
so
put
fucking silly.
You saying they done put tariffs on the blade workers too, huh?
Man, they done put tariffs on all that. And let's be real, man. Like, if you all know that wherever city you stay at, most of the people that deal with chicks on the blade are the city employees. You see them trucks pulling up on their break. Why these trucks always parked on this area? You know what I'm saying? Like, because they got the money to afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. Hey, remember they caught them DWP workers back in the day at the strip club and shit, drinking beer and all that shit. They did a sting on them in LA.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Could have just been
It's
lunch break.
it's always some kind of scandal shit going on with LA. Hey, Brandon, what I was gonna ask you is like, hey, a lot of people, well, like Karen Bass, she said she feel bad. She shouldn't have went to Ghana. You know, after the day after she got back, the wildfires happened. Like, you know, talking about she got to gain people confidence back. Like, do you blame the mayor for that? Like, you think she could have played a bigger role in those fires not happening or being put out sooner? And do you think the trip to Ghana has something to do with it?
Before you answer, Brandon Black, hold on. First off, I want to say, fuck Bass, and because that was some bullshit. How's no fire
Fuck
hydrant?
who?
How's no fire hydrant with some water in them? That don't make sense to me. But go ahead, brother. Land your plane. My bad.
No, you good. With the fire hydrant situation, certain conditions I believe played a role in that. You're using so much water too, right? It's harder to refill those tanks up to keep up with the water supply that you actually using. You know what I mean? So it's fire hydrants present, but they said it wasn't water because it's hard to keep up with the demand of the amount of water that they were using. So that's what I read and heard on that situation, and it makes sense because how many wealthy neighborhoods aren't equipped with systems to prevent disasters like that? Like if it was a poor neighborhood, I would be convinced like, okay, those water hydrants didn't work. But you got some of the most expensive homes in Los Angeles, you know, up there in that Palisades Hill. So uh but I can't really fault the mayor for being out of town during a natural disaster. You know what I mean? I think that's something. I mean, she could have been here, but what could she really do? Like, she's not a firefighter. What do but uh,
What do you say to the people that
agent?
says this is a mayor of my city? We out here suffering. She need boots on the ground. You know what I mean? What do you say to those type of people?
I think that was just a situation, especially with multiple fires. I think that's one of the situations where you're winging everything. Like, really prepared for something like that. I don't think any city official could honestly prepare for something like those particular fires. You got the shit burning over here, you have things burning over here, and it was random. The Pasadena Eden fire, I mean, I don't know if y'all saw the video of what was that, a power box by Ed-
Yes, it sparked or something by that gas station or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that might have been preventative, and you can't put that on the mayor. You can't put that on her.
All right. My question is now is like, is this like a nationwide city kind of thing? Okay. The reason I ask is we seen what happened in New Orleans.
Mhm.
Yogi and D Money live here in Phoenix. Do y'all think the government is prepared for if a tragic incident like where the city
Hell no. They would not even
It
support us going. Shit.
depend on what scale we talking. Like no. If it's like a real big scale, probably no. No.
all right
What type
so,
of disaster are we talking
so,
about?
It depends on
so
what type of disaster we talking about, though. It's a lot of different scenarios we could be playing
fire
with.
Well,
like a fire or like out here in
The
AZ.
fire, yeah.
A fire?
The
You think a
fire out
fire?
here, yeah. Yeah, they're
I know
gonna
we
handle
get
something.
I know we get monsoons here in AZ. What if it's like a cold monsoon that for
Oh
Didn't
15
a,
yeah, that
straight?
bullshit. Yeah,
didn't a lot
I
of
mean,
insurance companies start to get rid
because
of
a lot
fire
of the
like
buildings
damages?
and because a lot of the buildings, houses out here are built to withstand that type of weather.
Mm.
So, I mean, if you got hit with some shit that doesn't possibly fall into that category, then yeah, it's gonna fuck your shit up.
I'm saying as far as the government though.
So rip the tiles off your roof if you got a trampoline.
Nah,
That
I
should
don't think the
be in your
government gonna do
neighbor's yard.
anything.
Okay,
It,
so
hey, it also depends. Like I said, people gotta. That's a part of when you get a home. Part of home ownership. You got to look at things like this. What's covered and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be prepared for that. Really, that way people think, oh, can you depend on the city? To be prepared for a disaster. No, you got to be prepared your damn self. They don't talk about a lot of the people who made measures themselves and got extra like fire protecting water things on their houses that houses didn't get burnt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's to answer your question. Like, for some people that say, can the city, will they be prepared for disasters? Well, some disasters they can't prepare for until it happens, so they could be ready for it in case it happens again. Because if LA's never been hit with a Category 5 tornado, how can they be ready for one?
That's what I'm saying. These are the United States of this America, right? Like this is we say, MAGA, make America. Ain't this supposed? Is this part of the protocol? And shouldn't this be part
I
of
mean,
the
well, hey,
itinerary that we looking at?
hey, look at it like this too. Look at certain things that happen. Look at some of the disasters and tragedies that happen with we seen on the news. Some of the school shooters and things like this. Some of them have said after it happened that the police department has been aware of this person who did it, but they can't act on it until they do something.
But
You see what I'm saying?
here's where they could have prevented it from the jump. Everybody remember Columbine back in the day. Rest in peace to all them victims out there. I think that was what, Colorado or something. Now,
Yeah,
Colorado.
yeah, it was Colorado.
Okay, from that incident, since I could remember of a
Yeah.
school shooting, nigga, teachers should have been strapped from that day forward.
I
That should
mean,
have been that should have been a
I
qualification.
don't know about
Can
that.
classes? No, yo. I mean, I'm not saying it, but I'm saying I was always told you can't see straight if you got somebody shooting back at you.
I
Right?
mean, they got a lot of feedback. I mean, a lot of
You know
pushback
what I'm
on that.
saying? Like for real.
Yeah.
They got a lot of pushback on. I mean, I kind of agree with you, Rose. That I mean, there should be some type of weaponry on a school campus. I'm just not sure who should have access to it. Because with
People
those kids, it's just
that
that's some
background.
funny shit. Man, teenagers gonna find a way to get into any damn thing.
Yeah, that's
So I
true.
mean, that shit would have to be locked up so tight to the point where if someone actually got in, how quickly could you access this weapon? Because that's going to be part of it. Because you have to be able to access the weapon pretty quickly.
I
You
mean,
can't, go
they
through
they create
10-step
vaults.
protocol to get to it.
They create vaults for banks. They should be able to create a vault to hold these guns in. Even hire some more security guards.
Well,
Even
hey,
that, you know what I mean? Like not saying they walking around with like
of a
AR,
gun. Some of these teachers
but I'm
of a
saying
gun.
in case the incident go down, they can minimize the situation a lot faster before law enforcement arrives because we know that could be a 10 to 12 minute.
Hey, Rose. Yeah, or longer,
Yeah.
But look at it like this: how many incidents do you see every day happen in a school where something like that happens, like a tragedy? These teachers, they deal with more incidents every day. Say if they work at a bad school where they got to put up with I'm telling you, like teacher, oh man, fuck, I had a heated day today. I dealt with that same student. They're gonna end up shooting one of those students. You know what I'm saying? Like one of little bad Tyrone keep bullying the teachers. Shit, teacher gonna get mad one day.
Yo,
No,
Mm.
Pete.
yo, come on,
No, Pete.
that
Look,
is, yo, bro.
I
I
get
would.
it, but I
man,
don't think it'll go that far.
That's why they need to run in background. I mean, but if you look at it, don't the police do the same thing though?
They run your social, I think, but even then, making sure you're not a felon.
Yeah. I mean, to piggyback
But
off
look
of
at
Rose,
all the police.
one thing you could do, you could just instead of arming the teachers, why don't you just hire a specialized team around
Right,
in
right.
campus, and they be
More
specifically
security.
Yeah, but a
to start
specialized
back.
where they got certain weapons. If you're in a state where AR-15 could be ever present, then why don't this specialized team on the campus be armed with those type of weapons? And if the situation should arise, they can respond accordingly.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's the
I mean,
problem with
they
our
would
school
have to.
districts now, and that's
They
the
It
would
problem with a
have
lot
to
costs.
of
fund it though.
they
They
don't
would
show
have
up
to
to the
fund that.
meetings.
Right.
Are they willing to fund that?
Exactly. Cost is gonna be
That's
an
a good
issue.
question. Are they willing to fund? That's a good question.
And they would have to get.
More
I
than
That's
think.
why
likely
they
not.
get shot
Yeah, and then they would have to do a vote to see who would want to do that and who wouldn't, and then it's going to
in the
cause a
Democrat.
whole lot of problems. And it's just
Facts,
going.
facts. But I'm saying like at this point, it is more worth it in some of the other things that we invest into. Straight up, right?
Right.
Like we invest in other shit as a country that ain't about shit, bro. Including aiding other countries when they're at war. How about investing into some of our maybe future doctors, maybe future politicians? They could be that's the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Protecting,
Education.
right? I'm just saying.
I
Tell me
think
if I'm wrong.
I think because the problem with this country is when it comes to investing, they want a monetary return on that investment. Like instead of actually investing in individuals, they want to invest in a way to profit off of those people, whether positively or negatively. I mean, why do social programs get cut? Like that's an investment because you pour it into the kids, but they're like, oh, that's a waste of money. We rather them go to prison and make money off of them that way. Like I
Some
don't
people
see.
want to do it for the tax write off, so they get more money.
No real altruism there. It all has a benefit to somebody.
Exactly.
I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. If they'll do it if it's beneficial to them, or they have something they can possibly, reap out of it. But in at the same time, they get the appearance of doing something good. But if it's no benefit, the hell with
Right.
Facts.
it.
Facts.
I feel like we take on
Hey man,
a
hey,
profit
well,
model.
we got to look at the input that we should be putting in also. I mean, saying about the school thing, like let me ask you this for those that have older kids in school. Have you been to more than 10 of your coffee with the principals?
Hello?
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
don't have
didn't hear that.
school, so I can't relate to that right now. But
No, well, I say that to say this is like we gotta some of the stuff we complain about, myself also, we need to be doing a little more, especially not just for ourselves, just as far as a community, because you want to help the community, you're a part of it. If you ain't doing nothing, then you're part of the problem also.
My bad. Hey, can
You
y'all
know,
hear me?
um,
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear
yep,
you, Rose.
Okay, my bad, because
over
I
there
don't know what the
sniffing.
fuck is going on. My bad, my bad. Now to answer your question, OP, I think you said like, have any of us been to I definitely have, man. Influential. Like even to this day, like I have two grown children. I have an 18-year-old and I have a 23-year-old. My daughter's 18, my son's 23. Very still influential in their life, even though they're technically grown as adults. Like I still like them my cubs. You know what I'm saying? Even if they out in life, they got a job, they doing whatever. Hey dad, like I don't get paid till whoopty whoop. Can you yeah, for sure. If you're out there trying to better yourself and you're not into no bullshit, yeah. But what I do think, Pete, and you said this before, going to like town hall meetings or city hall meetings and really being able to voice your opinion is super important. Super important. And I agree with you on that, brother.
It is. I mean, it is, and I say firsthand that you have to do that because when I go, and I don't say this from a place of malice. I say when I go, you hear people who live in your community from other ethnicities, whether they're from Mexican, Salvadorian, a Belizean, Jamaican, they're there voicing their opinion, but you don't see no American black people there saying that. So when you show up and voice your opinion, they want to hear that, especially because police officers they're present also. The ones who are in charge of that area, wherever you live at, who show up to the meetings, they're present. The sergeant, the commander, and maybe the field supervisor. So they want to hear what you think also. And sometimes, if they know what you think, maybe it gives them a somewhat of an idea of how to go about things. They'll look at something different, maybe that they were looking at the wrong way. But I say that to say this: you got to go voice your opinion, just how we do here. People get on podcasts, listen to people, talk about stuff. We need to talk about this stuff to the people who need to be hearing it also.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. I agree with you. Big LA, man, what's up, bro? I ain't heard you tap in, man. What you feel about all of this, man?
Ain't nothing gonna change till we make a change within our own communities about shit. Everything that's going on is meticulously planned and not of our community. Nobody thinks of that. You don't see a bunch of African American people uh, trying to dismantle forms of the government or parts of the government. That's not in our community. Everything we talk about is on the outside of our community. Everything we talking about right now is on the outside of our community. Name the last time you've seen an African American go shoot up a school or try to take a school hostage our way. Y'all talk about these planes crashing. When the last time you seen a black pilot?
Mm,
Let's talk about it.
mm.
I mean, hey, there are a lot of black pilots, like
Mm-mm.
believe it or not.
P. P. We ain't, we ain't even gonna do that. The black pilots I'm talking about aren't in these, ain't in American Airlines. They don't fly Southwest like that. Maybe Spirit Airlines, yeah. Everything that then fell down has been outside of our community. Everything. Because this is how they feel they want to run things, right? You know how many black neighborhoods and communities we had back in the day that thrived and didn't have any misconduct because we know how to police our own people. Who said we don't know how to police our own people? I'll wait. Those are the same people that try to police our people, but shoot a man in the back that's running away from him, or choke a man in the middle of the street who ain't got no gun, no weapon, no nothing. But you was feared for your life and you got pepper spray, a baton, a firearm, a loaded firearm, one in the head too, at all times. We start going back to our own community and rebuilding our own community and come together and not try to outdo each other because our neighbor has a Jag and I want a Jag too. We might actually get somewhere by the end of 2025. Just maybe.
Yeah, it's the brainwashing of the jealousy, man. That's in our communities, brother. That's the facts. That shit was beaten into us, whipped into us, all of that. That's where you get the term house nigga, field niggas. The field niggas was jealous of the house niggas.
Mm.
That's where the term come from. Oh, they living better in there. They eating better than we are. We out here in the sun. It was beaten and woven into our very motherfucking spirit, man. Come on, real
Where
shit.
do y'all think keeping up with the Joneses came from? Your parents used to tell you, "Hey, stop what you keeping up with the Joneses for?" And as a kid, we didn't know what they meant. What you mean the Joneses? We ain't got no Joneses on this, bro. They meant why you trying to keep up with what the next person doing instead of worrying about what you got going on.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to D Money too for pulling up tonight, brother. I appreciate you, man. D Money pulling up. First episode,
For
man. Street
sure.
Draft, the Mafia. Him
Y'all
and
heard
yo,
the mafia. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay up.
appreciate you, bro. Love.
Are those the pre-made burgers that I had in the freezer?
Yeah, man. You know, I just think it was
Hey,
just beef
but
or spirits, bro.
but you know what though, man? That's what I say though, man. Some of the stuff though, I'm gonna say this for whoever listening, because there's somebody probably high right now who don't realize we in 2025. This is not 1991. This ain't 94. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, fucking the Tyson fight in Vegas in 96. No, we far from that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different era. So I mean, some people got to wake up and notice that this is time, not time for change. Time has changed, but people got to be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? But to piggyback on what Big LA has said a little bit earlier, what he said about police, said they scared, even they got all this stuff. That go to show you. I tell my wife, my kids all the time that black people don't realize how much power they have just being black. Like, if two officers with all this training and guns, they're still scared of you. You see what I'm saying? You don't realize how powerful you are. Some people say, "Oh, I hear it all the time. That nigga's powerful." That don't that show you two trained killing machines are walking up to you scared, and you ain't got nothing on but a tank top and some basketball shorts.
But the narrative has been painted that you are the enemy. You are some type of superhuman criminal. So that's why they're scared. It's not so much
I mean,
that they
but like I'm at what
they feel this power in which they have been, I guess, have been portrayed on us or misrepresented as these, like, say, super criminals. We have this athletic ability, but we're just criminals. They don't want to fuck with us because we're gonna whoop their ass. And I mean, for the most part, we probably could, but a lot of times that's not gonna be in our best interest. So,
Right.
but that's where I think the fear comes from. It's the narrative, and a lot of them haven't had interaction with many people of color. It's been limited until they got onto the police force. Now, this is their first opportunity. Now they're getting out here, they're experiencing or meeting people they've never really had any interaction with before. And this is like some whole new shit. The only thing they know about black people or Hispanic people is that what they see on TV or what they see on, from whatever the media portrays them. So that's
or
not
the
accurate
only
all the time.
women they buy are black and Hispanic. That's what they know about them.
Yeah, that too.
Say what? Yo, I caught that.
But no bullshit.
That's
They don't mind picking up your
shit.
women, but for a man, right? They don't know shit about the man. Right?
They'll put a slug in you.
They'll pick up your woman.
Your sister.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, but you, I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy though, man. That's why I say, man, a lot of the stuff that's happening in our communities, and I'm talking about what if you're in a black community, Hispanic, white community, mixed community, a lot of things that go on that you don't want to happen. 9 times out of 10, people don't want to admit. If they had a little more influence doing something they should be doing, it wouldn't happen. That's like if people speeding down your street so much. If y'all get together and sign a petition, the city got to come put speed bumps on your street. You can stop it.
You think it could be prevented? What you saying?
I mean, what are we preventing?
A lot of things can, and a lot of things can't. I'm gonna say it like that. A lot of things can, and a lot of things can't.
Right. I mean, yeah, we could be more proactive or more active in our communities as far as some things. And for a lot of things, tell you the truth, that making change. And we fail to do that truthfully. It's more like you said earlier, it's a crab in the bucket mentality, or it's everybody got to get theirs. It's all about, I got to get mine. There's not a sense of real unity at this point. Everybody wants the bag, and I got to get my bag.
Everybody horny.
Yeah.
Yo,
Well,
yo.
that too.
Real shit. Everybody horny. Like I said in LA, one of the worst things they could have done was, even though some people like it, but when they legalized marijuana, and also, in LA, you can buy shrooms. It's legal too. You can go buy them at dispensary. So when they done this shit, oh man.
Never. What? Are you kidding me?
What?
That nigga said
No, a
you
lot of
go
people
buy.
don't
Nah,
know
he
that.
ain't
That ain't
lying.
nothing
You can
new.
go to a dispensary right now and get a chocolate shroom bar right now.
That is wild and crazy. I mean, I've never done shrooms,
Right
but
now.
I've heard niggas that's
Right now. Hey,
wildest shit that you can. Niggas said, you know what I'm saying? They seen Skittles and M&M's dancing one time. Bro, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was like, nigga, damn, that's.
watch what you eat.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't. I don't never want to experience that ever.
Just watch what you eat.
Nigga, what? Yo, give me some chronic, nigga, and I'm straight. You feel?
Hey,
Yeah, that
and
shroom shit
that's
too
another
much.
thing too. The advancement of shit like that, not on like advancement in technology, advancement in drugs back in the day, what you had just the standard, like from the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, like rock, cocaine, weed, heroin, LSD. Now you got all kind of other shit, shit that they make from under the sink.
right.
Like that's messing people up, man. Like man, forget that shit. Leave that shit alone.
Know what I was hearing, man? Like, like I forget what city it was. They was saying like it was a lot of cases where people was like buying trees off the street and that shit was being laced with like fentanyl. Motherfuckers was dying from smoking weed, bro. Like weed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
marijuana.
Fentanyl and weed.
A real
Like
one hit a quitter.
yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's sad. Like that's why, you know, when I consume, bro, I strictly go to the dispensary because at least I have a legal entity. And I'm not gonna go to like some hole in the wall like these niggas just popped up 2 weeks ago and they gonna be gone 2 weeks later. No, I go to establishment.
Motherfucker, they got like just 3 jars in there talking about, yeah, man, this the good shit, this the mild shit, and this the shit that we get play on sale.
You feel me? To the one,
It's like the three jar spot, huh?
you know what I'm saying? That
3
got
jars
like
fine.
that got like multiple establishments throughout, the city, different other cities, like
A little chain, huh?
a chain, like McDonald's,
Yeah.
like Burger King,
Like,
like
but yeah,
You
I
know,
don't
the
want the chick that's
conglomerate.
foaming out her mouth that weighing my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, baby, I don't think you should be working here.
bro, because and that's number one. Like, okay, I could trust what they call bud tenders. You could trust the bud tender, and number two, it's just like if anything happens, okay, my family gonna get paid because y'all well established. What the fuck did y'all have in y'all tree?
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Somebody gonna investigate something. No, that ain't, hell.
What if you survive the sickness and they offer you something on the side, a little cash and a few of the little
I'm
young bud tender chicks that's gonna
me,
suck you up a
me,
little bit.
me and Taurus is gonna go. Me and Taurus is gonna go to the federal court in Washington D.C. and sue all these motherfuckers. I need 100 million, my neck and my back. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like my nigga
Hey,
in my
hey,
back.
hey, hey,
Oh
Tar.
shit. Yeah.
Hey, Tar, you know what I tell him? I say, listen, my brother, you think you finna get 100 million when you were just in here buying a dime bag of weed?
Shit. Yeah, we gonna try. Shit, we look, we gonna try. Hell yeah.
No, see now, P, you trying to put my business out there. I'm trying to tell you when I go to
He
what I,
said it was a dime bag.
what I
He said he had to tell people it was a dime
no,
bag.
no, what they be putting on the skizzle, you feel me? Like
Oh man.
it ain't no
That's a
dish.
gram. That's he went bought a couple. He bought a
Hey,
gram. 2 grams.
hey, hey, what's up?
Y'all better add some double digits to them grams, Jack.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
what's
Yeah, he
wild
bought
is
two
that
grams.
people know that when you go to new dispensaries, it's your first time, they give you a discount. Man, that older cousin, man, he would go to like 10 different ones every day in like every other little city that has them. And I'm like, man, motherfuckers are thirsty. This is, like, is this what people do in their retirement? Just find some crazy shit to do.
Go to dispensaries every day for discounts.
Yeah, because
know
they get,
what's, you know
every
what's
new one
cool
you go
though?
to, a new customer, you get free stuff. So that shit. At the end of the day, motherfuckers say, "Damn, man, I get a free pound."
What I think is cool though. Like lately, like when I go to this dispensary, I see like a lot of older like retirees, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe motherfucker might be a construction worker back in his day or who whatever. I don't know. It don't matter. And it'd be all different kind of blend of white people, old nigga. They in there getting a tree or
It's
edibles or whatever they getting.
Hmm.
it's cheaper to buy that than the medicine. A lot of these people who are retired can't afford medicine, and also something I read and heard about with the edibles. A lot of women say that it helps them on their menstrual if they got real bad cramps. Edibles basically takes that pain away.
Hmm.
Oh damn.
Damn, never knew that.
Oh,
I
that's
watched the
cool.
edible. I watched infused macaroons help a little boy conquer his seizures.
Hmm.
So when people say this crazy thing to me, like it's a drug, it's this, it's that. All right, cool, cool. By the federal legal term, yep, it's a drug. But y'all use this drug to help with cancer and dementia and seizures. But it's a drug. You're right. You're right. We just don't practice with it. We actually know what this is.
I agree. I love the recreational fact of it. You know what I mean? Like, cause back then you had to get like a fucking like a marijuana card from the doctor. He got all the hoops and
Hmm.
shit. I've been there too. Back in the early, you know, 2010s and shit. You had to go through them hoops. But now that it's like, yeah, you 21, yeah, come on in here. We got something for you.
Hmm.
And hey, it also helps with mental health. A lot of people don't know that too. Mental health. You know what I mean? Like Big LA said, cancer as well. All of the things that's beneficial from marijuana, but it's still considered like a drug on the federal level because it alters your conception is what I don't know. However they judge it, look
No,
at it,
but
but
but but they declassified it from, I think, a category 1, if I'm not mistaken, it because it was on the same level as like cocaine and stuff like that. But they declassified it from that. It's still not federally legal, but it's not a class 1 drug anymore. So that's why a
So
lot
what
of
difference
people
does that
who
make?
had who all right, well, it makes a big difference in California because you had a lot of people who was doing stretches for it because it was considered a category 1. Since
ah
they declassified it
ah
to category 2, now
ah,
a lot of people
Six
got out.
doing 6 months doing
ah,
6 months for an ounce of weed.
I
So
was
they
Wow.
were
just
really enforcing it.
What?
look, look, look,
Yeah.
look, look, look. I was just finna get to that. Right now that I'm glad somebody said that 3 strikes law. How
Oh
many
my
brothers?
goodness.
Come on, we all know. It's clear. How many brothers? We may not know them. I bet you somebody in our family or somebody that we heard of from another family that's doing a fucking life sentence
Matter of
because,
fact, hey bro,
because
I think you might have. Go ahead.
his
My bad. My
last
bad.
his last gem up was maybe 16 ounces of weed or something, bro. He's still doing the jam from probably like 91, 92 back then, 93, 94. That's what I don't like about it. Like, because now it became a business. It's a business. It's a fucking business, bro. It's a fucking business. Like, yo, that's why they kind of eased up. Like, you know what? There's a lot of weed smokers out here in these United States of America. Let's go ahead and look the other way on this, and we're gonna get some taxes paid off of how much tree get bought. Now, some of these, dollars is going back to the government. Donald Trump said, "Fuck that. We don't need a partial of that. We need all of that, all of it. Everything that don't even matter or make sense. We cutting that shit out and putting some dollars back in these United States of America." That's what he's saying.
And the cold part about it, we were criminalized a lot with marijuana but iced out of the legal aspect of it. Can't get a license,
Come on, brothers.
making hella money up off of it.
Talk
Wife,
your shit, bro. Come on. Come on. Bro. Bro.
it's crazy,
Crazy.
crazy. Playing in our face, and others that tell us we crazy. Nah, that ain't true. Look at it. We get locked up the most behind it, and then when it becomes legal,
Right.
we get pushed to the side when it comes to getting licenses and permits and things to make money off of it. But you got times making millions.
But look, check this out. They even go deeper than that. Some of
Yeah,
these brothers that call 3 strikes with these felonies, even if they get out, that man still can't go register a firearm. He still can't do certain things, you know what I mean? Because he got an F on his record.
but our president,
They not removing that neither. You see what I'm saying? They still not removing that, even though all the laws, everything, yeah, we passed that.
yeah,
But look, he still got an F though. So
yeah,
he don't count still. Still.
can't get a gun, but he can run the country though.
God damn it.
Yep. Yep. That's some shit.
That's how it goes.
So yeah,
That's
They
how it
can pick
goes.
and choose who to apply to.
yeah, you a
I'm saying,
felon. You
I'm
get
saying,
out of prison, you might want to get into politics.
I'm saying, bro. Look at Sean.
That's why we need people like Rush Stringfellow to run.
Yes.
No, we don't.
I'm
No,
campaigning
we don't.
for Rush String fella in what's 2025, 2020, 2029, we or 2028, we campaigning for Rush String fella for president.
Rush Stringfellow.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go. Let's go then, shit.
Brandon Black for
2028.
vice president. You feel me?
Let's go.
Big
Dude,
Hey
LA
man, put me in
secretary.
charge. Put me in charge of the kitchen, man.
Say, all right, Rose.
I
And,
get all okay,
Speaker of the
okay,
House.
okay.
You
I
want to be
get all of
Speaker of
what
the
y'all
House,
saying,
Captain.
right?
Be the speaker of the house. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
you be
I
Speaker
get
of
what
the
y'all,
House.
I get what y'all said, right? But I got one slight thing to say against what Brandon said, right?
okay.
Yeah, we got felonies, and yeah, we know who run the country.
He
But
said,
at the same,
"Run,
but at the same time,
Mr. String fella, go run." My
at
bad,
the
Mr.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time, we not.
Stringfellow
He's
finna run
not.
to the
He's not
bathroom right
physically. He's
now.
not physically. He's not physically putting a gun in your hand, making you go do what you do. He not physically making nobody go make these decisions that they making at home and then go outside and go commit. When do we police ourselves internally for us to get shed in a better light?
Yeah,
We
That's
can only they can only show what we get them to show. They can only exploit what we get them to exploit.
that's real.
yeah. I think it's hard to police our own communities when people don't want to take personal accountability for stuff they do.
Because of what?
And who's gonna police us? Who's gonna police us? Big
We
LA.
police
Not to cut you
police
brothers off. Like
what you mean? We policed ourselves
no,
back in the day.
no. Well. Let me say this. That's back in the day. I'm talking about now, and I've mentioned this on some shows before. That right now, the number one person or persons in a hood that's probably speaking up or standing up from the hood is probably somebody who used to bang that hood or represent that hood, that terrorized that hood, did some time, got out, and now I want to do something right by the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, are these the people you want policing you?
Why not? They had to go learn at some point. They had it, okay. We all talk about these different programs. Nobody's bigger than the program. The ultimate program is this country. Nobody's bigger than this country, right? So if you go
Well,
somewhere and you sit down and you
how can
learn,
somebody police you that can't even get a gun legally? How can somebody police you that can't even hold a firearm legally?
What you
how
say?
do some
All gang members?
how does somebody police us that's not from this country?
It
How does
hey,
somebody
it happens. If you know
because
it
technically none of
happens.
us, right? None of us, right, are from this country, right? So how are we policed by people that's not from this country? But we're policed
I'm
by them,
lost.
right? We're given laws by these people, right?
I mean,
You look at
California had a governor.
you
Hey,
look at the lineage of people, right? And
where was
Arnold
where was
Schwarzenegger was a
Schwarzenegger
gun.
from?
Again, how can we not police us when people from not from here police us? How?
Well, hey, Big LA. Let me tell you like this. Why should we always have to speak about policing ourselves when you can encourage somebody that's 18 who didn't play sports in high school, graduated, trying to figure out what to do? Why you don't encourage the little young brother or the young Hispanic guy to be a cop,
Okay.
or more or less? Why you don't express, talking about policing yourself?
They police
Encourage
them.
him to be
They
a
police
cop,
themselves.
fireman, or
They
something like
police
that.
themselves. They police themselves and us too.
Well,
So
look,
why we
look,
can't
didn't
police
play
ourselves?
sports. Look, why did not play sports a requirement? I just want to inquire
Because
about
I
that.
know I'm basically saying like somebody, because a lot of people think that everybody, especially in the black community that goes to school, they got to play a sport. No, I'm saying one of the regular kids just went to school, did his thing, he or she graduated. Now they're trying to figure out what to do. Some people don't go to college. And I tell a young black person, hell, you got a clean record and you about that life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, be a cop. You're gonna make 80 to 90 a year with OT over 100 something. You know what I'm saying? Good benefits. Why you don't encourage people to do that more? And I'm saying that, what I'm saying, like we police ourselves. Hey, tell them go so many join the force, they can police you.
That's what I mean by police ourselves.
I mean, it's not a bad career.
That's exactly what I mean right there. Police ourselves.
You just don't want to get jaded in that career. That's the only issue. But the
True.
career itself is not bad. I mean, it's could be a noble career if you do it effectively
Right.
or how you're supposed to do it.
Now don't get me
But
wrong. You got police, you got policemen, government officials, you got higher ranking officials that actually do for the community. I'm not talking about them.
Look, look. One thing I noticed, and it goes back to the older gentlemen that may have served 25, 30 years in the pen. When they get out and they come back to the hood, most of them try to, be head coaches of basketball teams, football teams, that community, programs that may be going on in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That may be their way of giving back, like at least with the time and the effort, even though they
right,
caused some of the, riffraff that, continued the genocide amongst the black community to the point where we are today. That might be their way of giving back. Going to coach,
exactly.
little wooty woo, little wooty, it might change his trajectory in life. He may go make it to the NFL. I know a lot of Snoop Dogg league, Joe Moses, Big U has a league in the city, and countless others. Like, you know what I mean, that we may not necessarily know about. They are the ones that has an impact directly on changing the narrative. Sports. What's our, I don't know about y'all. We was playing fucking street ball with the cars in the street. We out there as soon as the Sunday football go off, we out there, trying to test our skills, see what happens. So that's the way I think, the ones that may have felonies, and as we see, it's working. It's working. It's working.
Yeah. I mean, your past doesn't necessarily define who you are. I mean, you live, learn, you evolve. You're not necessarily the same person you were at 18. At 40, you're not going to be the same person, hopefully. You've learned
Well, hey,
enough, man. Yeah, I mean, you've learned enough in life, and you can go back and kind of connect with these people on a different level. You mean it's
Right.
for a person who's always walked the straight and narrow, they
Right.
don't understand
Right.
sometimes how easy it is just to get caught up in temptation and make the wrong decision.
Right.
These people, I made that decision. I can go back and tell you, man, like, I've been there, I've done that. That shit that didn't work out. I thought it was, what I wanted. I thought it was gonna be, it was gonna be cool, it's fast money, we're gonna get it. But you see where I ended up, that shit is, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. But a
Right.
lot of people who never lived that life, they don't understand that and they can't connect. They think the decision is real easy.
The
You
thing,
just
Well,
don't
see,
do it.
the
that's
thing.
what we got to stop too. We got to stop accepting people and allowing people who never lived that life to come make money off of the shit we had to go through. Because there's a
Yeah,
lot of people right now making money off of some shit that you probably didn't live. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on,
I mean,
come on, P. Now we talking. What?
look, man, I don't think police officers should. I think police officers should have to live in the communities they police. They, because I mean, that would
Hey,
make a
I agree with
big
that.
difference. Because it
I
would like
agree.
if
I
they're a
agree.
part of that community, it would be hard for them to terrorize that community. Because they're,
Man,
they know these people now. I know this dude by his name. I know his parents. I know everything. Where he coming from. They don't automatically assume that I see some youngsters on the block that they up to some shit.
Hmm.
But so I think that's the kind of insight they would get from living in that community. But what they have now, you got a bunch of outsiders. They don't know what's going on. They're not familiar with anything as far as, like I say, dealing with people of color. To them, it's like a military operation. Shit, they come in here ready to do battle, and you the enemy.
Get some
well,
order.
it
Get
used to be that way.
standing.
It used to be that way. I don't know if you remember that, Brandon. It used to be that way. Some areas in LA, the sheriff, he lived in that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he'll be patrolling that neighborhood, and then you'll see him driving up at about 6:30 in the afternoon, pulling up in the driveway in his box Chevy Caprice car that looked like a cop car, but that's his real car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Hey,
That's the
used to
city
see that
car,
shit.
man. That's the
Yeah,
city
hey,
car.
that's a
hey,
city
they
car. Yeah, but
gave him that.
hey,
Gave him that
you
with no tags on it. They gave him.
no
Right,
tags
right,
on it.
right. Yep,
Hey,
that's the
you
city
used to
car. That's just,
see that. But again, that goes back to what I said. Like nobody's encouraging the youth where we are. Even man, if you had a son right now that was 20 talking about, you know what, dad or mom, I want to be a police officer, the average parent gonna say, oh hell no, don't do that shit.
Nah, I would never tell my son that. I even told him shit. Even the military, like even though most, and that's another thing we talking about too. Why at least for the black community, a lot of people feel like I've been hearing this since. I mean, they said it in Boys in the Hood, right? That was kind of trained in our head because that's how we think. Like when Trey and Ricky was walking, he said, "Man, I'm thinking about going to the military." Y'all remember that scene?
yeah.
Yeah.
So the
John
military is not a place for a black man.
exactly right. John Singleton touched on something that is so prevalent in our communities, bro. Like since back then, I don't know when that movie came out, 91, 92, 93, something like that.
Wait, what
Over
movie you said?
Boys in the Hood,
Oh yeah,
over
that
30
and
years ago.
over
It's
30,
probably
even dead presidents. Remember when they told him this is not the black man's war? Remember when Lorenz Tate had found the letter and he said, you get rid of that shit now?
exactly. You know, that goes back to what I was telling my son. Like, man, even if you chose it, because there's one thing for sure. Like right now, we in peacetime. Even though anything can crack at any moment, anything, and you must have to go if that's what you're called to do. But for the most part, you're gonna travel the world. You're gonna experience a lot of different cultures. You're gonna get an education. You're gonna learn some things, a trade or something that can change your life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I feel like in the black community we kind of direct our people away from that, which I understand. It's like, why fight, for this country and the way they did us, right? We all know on the screen, everybody daddy and mama black for sure. And they great granddaddy and nigga it go back. They all black. Dig
Hmm.
'em? Like we understand. But at the same token, it's just like shit, that's an opportunity. Now, I got a question for y'all. Since we on this, got a question for y'all. Brandon Black, for sure. Hey, peace, love, and hair grease, man. Look, Brandon Black came through tonight,
Yes, sir.
fucking with, the I-10, the west side of the 110. Hey, what you got coming, bro? I know you be
Oh,
on
wipe
your,
your nose, Rose.
huh? What you say,
Look,
white nose?
just continue the stand up comedy, but I'm working on putting out another clothing brand. So I'm behind the scenes working on that. I did it before but I think I understand the business a little better, and I'm not gonna rush the process. I'm gonna take my time with it to be more consistent. So yeah, a few little things, man, and just continuing raising this little boy over here to be a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a factor in his life.
Yes, sir.
So, he could pass it down and help out the community with Big LA say police in our own community. Each one teach one, man. So
Yes,
I
sir.
I appreciate y'all though.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
All right.
you through, man. Hey, west side of the 110, man. Brandon Black is gonna be correct.
You
I
already
think
know, man.
what you say, P. He gonna be pulling up more often than not, huh?
Shit, hey, what you say, man? Hey, Brandon Black, man. Maybe next time,
Yeah.
man. Big LA gonna show you his pop locking skills, man.
we'll get it cracking.
Hey,
Here you
yo,
go.
yo,
Here you go. Here you go.
yo,
Oh,
hey, yo. Hey, he gotta sing. He gotta sing Garth Brooks. Thunder rolls. It's
Yeah,
lightning strikes.
Hey, Brandon.
yeah.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, real quick, man. Hey, girl. Let me ask you this before you get out of here, real quick, man. You heard what Kid Rock had to say about Kendrick Lamar's performance? Did you? Or I don't know if you seen that message. What do you think about that? If you did, real quick.
I didn't hear what he had to say, but I could probably guess. Uh, Seeing how outspoken Kid Rock has been over the last few years and voicing his opinion on certain social issues and his stance politically. What did he say exactly?
Real quick, I'll quote a little bit of what he said. Basically, the performance was basically saying a lot of people didn't understand it, but by him growing up, listening to hip hop, being from Detroit, following that culture back in the day, he
Yeah,
understood basically where black people coming from. That's what he said without saying, but
yeah.
he basically said that, the performance, like, wasn't a good one. You know what I'm saying? But that's a culture vulture to me. We allow people like him to eat off our culture. Now look how he's talking about it.
Facts, and I don't think it was good to people because it resonated with them and probably made them feel a certain way, not so good about themselves. Like a lot of people don't like to look in the mirror or have their eyes open to what's going on. When things happen in front or around you and you quiet, you just as complicit as a person that's violating individual.
Mm,
Keep your mouth shut. You just as complicit, especially when it comes to civil rights and freedoms of individuals in this country. Crazy part is, Kid Rock portrays to be like this trailer trash white kid, and he grew up in the suburbs. So his whole image that he portrays and his marketing, the people that he appeals to, is false. Like you grew up in a two-story home, a nice home on a couple acres, parents. So you really can't take what somebody says like him serious when he don't even like himself. You know what I mean? And essentially, he living a lie. He created this persona, and he's sticking with it. I found out he grew up. He's like Papa Doc. What he say? His name Clarence, and his parents got a really good marriage. I'm
man.
like, okay.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Yo.
You say I say with a grain of salt, and I can't even get offended by it because I know you're not even living your truth and you got people fooled. And I think that's one of the things Donald Trump did too. He fooled a lot of motherfuckers and they realizing it now and they waking up on the wrong side of this thing and they realize they voted against their interests. Kendrick, I feel like people who don't like to think didn't appreciate what Kendrick did. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just music. It reminded me of a play at the same time. You know what I mean? It was kind of theatrical and the message was clear. And you said the word culture vultures. We really need to
Put them in the draw.
keep and watch who we let in when it comes to that because I noticed not to be long winded, but I noticed Just because of why I'm gonna say why. I noticed a lot of white artists, a couple that came in on the black tip, and then once they reached a certain level, and then they switched over. Yellow Wolf has been one. I was a fan of him. He came in with us. He reached a certain level, and then he started yelling like Slum America stuff, and then he became like this white trash appealing artist. So uh, we gotta watch that. But fuck what Kid Rock say. I don't pay attention to him no more.
Talk your shit, my nigga.
Yeah,
Post
Respect.
Malone.
yeah, yeah. Post Malone, he came in on us, reached a certain level, and then he took off. People got to understand, like we set the bar. We are the trendsetters. We let the world know what's cool and what's hot. They look to us. If you remember when choreographers on TikTok got upset because they were creating these dances, and then white people do it, and they taking credit for it when they went on strike and TikTok, motherfuckers, they didn't know what to do on TikTok. It was dry. And I forget who said it recently. I forget who said it. They asked ChatGPT or AI like, what would happen if black people left social media? And in a nutshell, it was like social media probably wouldn't exist no more. The numbers would dwindle because it wouldn't be entertaining. Everybody's trying to
Damn,
Damn.
that's crazy. That's real though. Like,
yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, that's real though.
yeah.
That's a fact. And
And it's admit,
we spend the most money in America.
yeah.
Yeah.
We spend most money. We can take your bullshit ass brand and make it number one just by wearing it, and people are like, "Oh shit, that's what they wearing. I need that." Like,
Facts, brother.
you
Facts.
know what I'm saying? We don't, and before I go, another thing, we don't look to other people. We don't look over their fence to see what they doing, because essentially we don't care because we are the creatives. We create, and people be like, "Oh, I like what that is." I never looked at another culture and was like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's it." Like we're the ones, and once we realize that and accept that, I think we'd be in a better place. But we gotta unlearn all the shit we was taught. We was taught a lot of lies, and that shit is still in us subconsciously, and we gotta actively unlearn that shit and then relearn, teach ourselves, man.
Nah, that's real shit,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a
Oh
big
yeah.
fact, man. Real talk, man. Real
Respect.
shit.
Man,
But hey, what they say, we are
I,
one of the only races where some other men will say, "Look at that cute ass big black chick."
what
Respect.
you say? You said what about a cute big black chick?
I said to show you how different, our race is, what I'm saying, and powerful we are. Have you ever heard of somebody? Have you ever heard of somebody say anything other than, I've heard somebody say, "Look at that cute big black girl." I've never heard them say bad about another big girl from another race.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, not at all. And like somebody said something recently, I forget who it was. I think it was Slim Thug. Um, listen, I didn't agree with a whole lot of his point, but he said like he was speaking on black men, and he was saying how like we are the most sought after and most craved male individual on earth. And he was like one being because people know genetically we superior. You can get you can get a white person from us essentially, albinos, but you can't get someone my color or y'all color from a white person. It's just genetically impossible. And people know,
Fact.
you know what I'm saying? Like I think Tori said earlier, one of the fears police have is because they've been taught, it's been slammed into their brain that we these superhuman individuals even in the medical field, like, oh, black people's pain tolerance is up here. How did y'all come to that conclusion? I'm human just like you, but that's the belief that's in their mind, man. And will that ever change? I have no idea. I don't think so. I think it's a lot of things outside cultures have been taught, and I don't think they want to unlearn it and actively learn the truth because it's easier to be blind. It's easier to live a lie than be exposed to the truth because the truth could shake up your whole fucking world and fuck with your mind, and you be like, damn, so my whole life was a lie, like that's a lot to deal with.
Hey, nigga, hey, you powerful, bro. You got my vote for the motherfucking Nobel Peace Prize right there. Nigga.
I appreciate
Straight up.
No, for real. I know it's a joke, but I'm dead serious, bro. Like that's yo,
yeah.
nigga, that's
You,
you going down. Some of these folks don't want to hear that. I'm telling you, we going down a lane where but they need to hear that though.
Real
You see
shit.
what I'm saying?
facts, absolutely, man. Like
What he said? What he said? Coming to America, that boy's good.
ignorance is bliss, man. And it's safer to live in that ignorance than to step out of that circle and realize the truth because it can really shake up your whole world. And then you're gonna have to look internally and look and see, like, damn, who am I? Who am I really? And find out who you are. And if you on the outside of what's happening to a group of people, now you gotta ask yourself too, damn, have I been complicit? Like, have I been biased? That's why all these programs is getting shut down too. All these DEI programs,
Oh,
which is a
yep.
nigga, but you gotta question yourself. And a lot of people don't want to reflect internally because they might uncover some ugly truths that'll really fuck their spirit up.
Mm.
That's America. America doesn't want to uncover its ugly truths. They want to whitewash everything, man. It's like sweeping under the rug. We know that. Like, let's end this DEI shit because let's over with. We didn't do anything wrong. Like, get over that shit. You know,
Absolutely.
that's America, man. That's the MO. That's the MO.
Absolutely. They tear some of these buildings down and dig up that foundation. They're gonna realize they built over the graves of some people that they didn't slaughter. So
Man,
yeah,
we're gonna have to say that for the next episode because I got a clip speaking exactly on that. P,
okay.
I'm gonna send it. P, I'm gonna send it to you. It's the next episode, exactly what bro talking about, but this some real life factual shit.
Bet, man. And I'm gonna have some books
Real shit, man. Hey,
that I want to check out, man. Next time
Yeah,
I'm on here.
yeah,
Sure. People could check out.
for sure.
Bet, man. Y'all be easy, love and respect, man. West side of the 110.
Well, love and respect, man. West side of the 110 Street Drive Media Mafia, man. Brandon Black in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Peace,
sir.
love, and hair grease, brother.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, this shit is dope. This shit, hey, yo. The inauguration
man,
episode.
like I say, it's been a cool night, man. Been a cool night. Shout out to Yogi. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Hey, shout out to my boy Ant, man, and over in Australia that tuned in, man. He hit me up on the phone. You know, shout out to Ant. We're gonna have him back on here. You know,
yeah. Hell yeah. That
so,
nigga invited
you know,
us over there for some food, bro. We got to get over there.
Oh, yeah.
Down under.
Real talk. We got to get over there. Down under. Get some of that curry kangaroo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Damn. Why you got to do the kangaroo like that? Why you got to do the kangaroo like that?
Yo.
He said curry kangaroo.
Hold up, man.
That curry kangaroo. Real shit. Hey, Rose, man. But like I say, we've been on here for over an hour, man. Shit. We gonna get up out of here in a second. But hey, man, we gonna keep it real, man. I gotta hear something from y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like give somebody a money motivating tool they could use to implement in their day tomorrow where they could possibly make $1 or 100. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Big LA.
Put your money into yourself. Can't never go wrong. Double down on yourself. That idea you've been thinking about, that spark you've been putting in the back of your mind, act on it. Act on it. And watch what happens. You'll be amazed what you can do yourself. That's another reason why they think we're so powerful. Because we make something out of absolutely nothing. Y'all be easy. I'll fuck with you.
That's what's up, man. Big LA. What he say? Shit, I'm the biggest, the largest. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my boy Tars, man. Go ahead, man. Get it. Man, hey, you know what I'm saying, man? How you Tars, hey, why don't you speak to him like that
What?
old school H Town? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You rolling that drop, got them swinging down on Cullen. You know what I'm saying? You know, give them some news they can use. You know what I'm talking about?
No, man, you gotta grind, man. You gotta get up every day and grind, even if you don't feel like it. Because when you don't move, nothing moves. So, like you say, you don't shine if you don't grind.
That's my boy, man. And y'all be on the lookout for Stringfellow. His show coming soon. The Rush Stringfellows, Legal Talk Tuesday. That's what we're trying to call it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty cool, man. If y'all in Houston, y'all check them out too. Stringfellow Taylor and Associates. I don't know the number. Maybe you know it, Taurus. Well, I hope you know it. It's your damn number.
Yeah, 832-742-0700.
00. And for those who may be listening, you know what I'm saying, like that's coming up with immigration problems, y'all reach out to the law firm. Y'all need some answers, maybe some answers to your questions. They can help you out with that. But my boy Rose, man, let them know what it do, man. Give them some news they can and would like to use. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's on you,
First
man.
off, I want to say, proud of Hunter P, man. The inauguration episode, you know what I'm saying? West side of the 110, the brother came out here on the field tonight. Nigga, if you're watching right now, get a boy a like right now. I see 6 of y'all in here watching. I should see 6 likes. I know we had some more people up in here earlier, but I appreciate everybody for watching. Whatever platform you tuned in from, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, respect for tuning in to the bro, man, Hunter P, one of my childhood friends. I want to get that out the way. As far as news they can use, man, shit, start investing into stock, man. A lot of stock that's gonna start going up, you know, everywhere. You know what I mean? Um, find your niche, and instead of putting 20 or 30 or 40 on that bottle or 50 on that bottle of Douce or Henny or whatever you spend, or that Patron or whatever, you might want to invest that on one of the maps and let it sit there for about a year. You might have a couple thousand, 2, 3 thousand. That way, when Christmas come, that could take care of that because you can withdraw for that. That's just some game. You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna give y'all. But besides that, man, everybody that watched, shout out to D Money, Yogi Loco, Big LA, the Street Draft Media Team, Tours, 100P, Brandon Black. It was a great show, man. I'm proud of you, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Salute.
Man, you on them lines, well,
That's what's up, man. That's
they
what's
keep disappearing.
up, man. My damn laptop tripping, but yeah, it was a good show, man. This is a good show, man. Shout out to everybody who watched, man. Good looking at the road, Street Draft Media. You know what I'm saying? Big LA, Yogi, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who listened from Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Ant in Australia. You know what I'm saying? We still here in California, man. It's going down. Only thing I gotta tell people is, man, hey, 2025, man, have some fun. Try to have some fun. Do what you gotta do. Make that money. If you ain't in the position you want to be in right now, and if you ain't where you should be at right now, where you want to be at right now, you shouldn't be having fun. Because there's somebody right now smoking weed, getting super, super high, and as soon as he come down from it, he or she gonna think about, damn, I gotta see how I'm gonna get this money. You should already make the money before you get high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, put your priorities in order. You know what I'm saying? Prioritize things right. Shout out to Brandon Black. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Do what you got to do. Be safe. Hope y'all had a good holiday weekend, 3-day weekend. It's work tomorrow, short week. Don't go to work drunk because you don't want to come home early without a job. And you need Russ Stringfellow to get you out of that trouble.
That nigga's crazy.
Just give us a call. No,
Yeah. But yeah, man. Give a call, man. Shit, like I say, shit, man. Hey, It's West Side of the 110. You know what I'm talking about, man. Appreciate everybody. Y'all hit us all up, man, on our social medias. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you find one of us, you can find us all. Just look through somebody's page, you know, get in touch with us. Just because the show go off don't mean that the talking stops. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all next Monday. Y'all tune into the other show. All week, something going on. Y'all just check us out. We'll be here.
Yeah. Hey, Street Draft Media, man, Mafia, man. Hey, peace, love, and hair grease, man. We up out of here. Till next Monday, man. West Side of the 110, hosted by 100P. We gone, man.